Well, hello. Welcome to another Fox 411 and Kiss Country Neighborhood News, where we talk about the different things happening around the area in public service mode. It's all brought to you by CG Public Health, cghealth.com online. And today, the lovely Melissa Schoenberg is here. How you doing, Melissa?
Doing great. How about you?
Wonderful, wonderful. From Habitat for Humanity. She's been part of that organization for how many years now for you?
It'll be 17 years this fall.
Wow.
Hard to believe. Yeah, crazy.
And you're celebrating 30 years of Habitat.
Yes.
I don't even remember the person in charge of it before you
came. So Bobby Bendixson, and she lives in Minnesota, or I'm sorry, in Northwood. So
Northwood. Okay.
She was here for, I think, 3 years.
Okay. So there has been a few of the directors, I guess. Like
before that, it was volunteer only from 1994 until 2004. It was volunteer ran. So pretty amazing. A lot of habitats around the country are like that. They were small mom and pop, neighbors helping neighbors kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. I think to start out, because what we're going to talk about here today is kind of a party within a party. And it's coming up this Saturday, June 15th. It's on the scroll if you're watching this, or if you're listening to this podcast, you'll just have to wait for the details a little bit. But let's talk about Habitat for Humanity. There might be some people that don't even know what it's all about.
Absolutely. Actually, there's a lot of people that have heard the name, but they don't know how it works. So what we do is help people that have a steady income, but they can't get a bank loan. So they come to us, and we don't look at credit scores, but we help people that want to buy their own home, but have some barriers. Maybe they had some medical debt or things like that they're working through. And we then partner with them, and every adult over 18 gives 250 hours of sweat equity to help with their house, help other houses. They do stuff in our office, our store, things like that. We also do financial literacy classes and budgeting, home maintenance classes, things like that. So they're successful when they move in. And then they make low monthly payments towards their houses. So it's not a free house. We have people show up and say, hey, I'm getting evicted tomorrow. I need a house. No, that's not how it works. We always say hand up, not a handout, and so our families, they work hard. We have some that have disability and things like that. They just have to have a steady income and be ready for home ownership, prove that they can pay their bills, and then we help them out. And so we have some great people that we work with, great families. And then, they have a 0% interest mortgage with us. So can't beat that.
Wow.
And their payments are less than 30% of their income. So we make sure they're affordable for them.
They can buy other things too. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they can get school supplies and food and things like that. So it's really an awesome program. And I'm honored to work with Habitat. I love it. I can't imagine doing anything else. It really is a good program. So, and then we have home repair program and ramps as well. So we help aging in place. So people that live in their homes that need help fixing them up, handicap accessible needs, things like that, but they can't get a bank loan to fix them up. So that's another part of our Habitat program. So
you guys are busy.
We are, and we have a 6-county area. So and so we're always trying to help where we can. We're small staff too. So
do you have numbers?
Volunteers.
For 30 years, do you have numbers of how many people you've helped?
We just had our 55th home dedication. So
how many?
55th.
Wow.
55.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're working on 2 more houses right now. We're going to close on another one in the next month or 2. It's near Pete's Kitchen, around the corner from there. Yep. And then we have another house up on North Penn over by Gooch Park. And then we're starting 6 more this summer. 6. The most
6 of them.
Yes.
At once?
At once.
Wow.
So that's part of the new development. Do you want me to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. That'd be fine. Yeah.
Okay. So we got a grant to buy land, and we were talking about it at a board meeting. We're like, where can we build a couple houses next to each other? And one of our board members said, hey, how about that old Madison school property? That's just been sitting there for years. Mm-hmm. And then I said, well, I don't know if it's for sale. And they said, well, everything's for sale.
Everything is.
Everything.
For the right price.
Yeah. We had a grant for $50,000 to buy land. And so we went to the school district and said, do you have any plans for that land? Do you need some money? And they said, no plans. We would love the money. So it worked out perfect so that we could help support the school system and then purchase that land. And we're able to do 13 houses on that land. And then the west half had the community gardens and the playground and the track. So we didn't want to get rid of those. That's a great amenity for the neighborhood. So partnered with the city, they took that over. So those will maintain as parks. They'll have the playground and the community garden still. And then the east half is where we'll do the 13 houses.
So that's what you're calling Madison Heights when you get
Yes, we wanted to put a nod to the school. And so
yeah.
we called it Madison Heights and launching it with 6 houses this summer.
Okay.
So great neighborhood. And it's also just, east of the ballpark diamond, the ball diamonds over there, and just a really nice area. We're going to make sure the houses look a little different. They're not going to be cookie cutter. We want to make sure they blend in the neighborhood. So we'll have a couple of 2-story, some 1-story ranches, different sizes, different fronts. Really want to make sure it's incorporated well into the area. So
because it's all volunteers that help build it.
Yes, I mean, we do have a construction manager oversee
Right.
and teach, and then we have to hire for electrical, plumbing, excavation, and concrete. So of course we're investing in the community and hiring for those. And then we buy materials locally, and then yes, volunteers. We need a lot of volunteers to help do the rest. That keeps the homes affordable for the families. And you think, we have people say, you don't want me doing construction. Well, you show up and you learn step by step. It's not as hard as you think. So how to put siding on, how to put flooring in, how to, hang drywall. We do hire drywall finishing too. That's an art. But the other things you can learn,
This is why we have so many DIY projects going on.
Right. Well, and we do have people show up and say, hey, I need to re-side my garage. And then they help us and they go, oh, it's not as hard as I thought. Now I can do mine,
I've got a nail gun and a hammer.
Well, you should come out.
You should come out.
Your work. Perfect. So it's a lot of fun. And then at the
would-
end of the day, you see all this progress you made, So
Yeah.
People might actually pay to see us work.
you know what? I bet you're right. You got a new fundraiser idea, Harry-O. Let's do it.
There you go. Because they don't think we do anything.
Right.
All you guys do is talk and play music all day.
Well,
We can
we'll
change our
out there.
names from Jay to Harry to Jack and Hammer.
Jack and Hammer. I like it.
Then
got
people
our
are going to think you're
thing going
drinking. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, that is cool. So you're having a big party for all this stuff to celebrate 30 years for one. And then, of course, this Madison Heights development, like you just talked about.
Yeah.
Tell us about Saturday, June 15th.
Okay. Yeah, it's not every day you start a new housing development and celebrate 30 years. We're like, let's have a party. So we're going to have bounce houses, face painting, some live bands that are going to play. And then we have a Hawaiian dance that's going to happen. There's a family that's Hawaiian and they're going to do a dance there, and games for kids, prizes, all kind of fun things. So it's 11 to 2 and it'll be at the site where we're going to build the houses. So that's South Jefferson and 26th Street Southwest.
Okay.
From 11 to 2. So I'm praying for good weather. I'm hoping. It looks like it's good so far, but
Yeah, I know it's kind of iffy, but it is what it is. I mean, we've been enough of that all.
We'll have some tents set up and we'll have cake and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Good. That should be good.
Yeah.
You can come on out for about an hour and, take in all the sights. Food trucks. Who do you got coming for
Didn't mention the food trucks. Mr. Taco is going to be there. We're going to have bubble tea, things like that. And we're going to have a scavenger hunt. So it's going to be fun for adults and kids. We'll have all kinds of stuff.
That's awesome.
A side note to all of this too is your restore that helps fund a lot of things too. And this is a busy place to be. If you don't know where that is, it's right off of, is it First Street?
First Street Northwest. So
Northwest
of Culver's. Everybody knows where Culver's is, right? So northwest of that.
That's northwest of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an awesome store. And if anyone hasn't been there, it's open to the public. You can get furniture, you can get dishes. College students come in and get, $20 couch or whatever. And then we also have some really nice, antiques that we have there. We have just everything you can imagine. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We've had so many cool things too. We've had boats. We've had a JFK newspaper collection. We had a tanning bed once. You just literally never know what you're going to go. And half of my house is stuff I bought when I walk out there. I'm like, an end table for my, and just couch stuff and all kinds of stuff.
I'm sure that you have donations coming in all the time for that, and you probably have to say, nah, I don't know if we can use that or not.
We do turn things away. We want things that are nice, we want to,
exactly.
We have appliances.
You want to make money, you want to profit from it, right?
Yeah, well, things like that, we need to. So the payments, I just want to make sure this is clear too. We do get payments from our families, but that's only about 10% of our budget because there's such low payments.
Right.
So we do need to fundraise for the rest of the money. So the restore is a huge help for us. We also need volunteers in there. So if somebody doesn't want to come out and swing a hammer, we need volunteers to help us at the front desk, to greet people, to help get through the donations, sort, test things. It's always a big need. But yeah, so it's a great, and it keeps things out of the landfill. Like if somebody doesn't want oak cabinets, they want to switch to cherry, they would throw those away, right? But then somebody else is like, well, I want oak for my house, so they can come in and buy a cabinet set, or for the garage or whatever. So
would you take a TV that works?
if it's a flat screen, they do.
Yep.
They don't take those old big ones anymore.
No. But if Jay and I wanted to upgrade into a bigger TV and we don't know what to do with the other one.
Yep.
It works. Just it needs another home.
Yeah.
That would be better than taking that to the landfill.
Right. I mean, if it works well, it's flat screen. Because
Right.
somebody else will want that, for their kids' room or for their whatever living room. So
you're saying flat screen? It can be a flat screen, but not it doesn't have to be a smart TV.
No, it doesn't have to be a smart TV. Just not one of those big old 1980 ones.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The ones that we couldn't move.
Right.
The ones that we didn't have. Nobody bothered stealing because they were way too heavy.
Like one that my husband still has in our garage that I can't talk him out of. It weighs like 200 pounds. And
Oh man.
can't get out of it.
Another thing too, we should talk about the build-a-thon you got going on here.
Yeah, so we are alternating our Hammers and Heels event, which is that construction fashion show, with what's called our community build-a-thon. So this year is the community build-a-thon, and people can make houses out of whatever they want. So we have church groups, we have businesses, banks, and then families. So kids can get involved. So we had some kids just make a Lego house, but it's helping them correlate, like, you have a nice home, let's help other people that don't, and so they take pictures, a 1-minute video of how they made their houses, and then share that on their social media, and people can donate towards their team and support us. And then we have some sponsors, so I want to mention those too. But the houses that we've been getting, oh my gosh, for Clear Lake Bank and Trust just brought a house that I would live in a heartbeat. It's like a beach house with glass everywhere. I should have tried to bring it in, but super cool things so we'll post pictures on our Facebook, and we have an Instagram. So Habitat for Humanity, North Central Iowa. We'll post pictures of them. We have judges coming tonight to judge them, and then we'll give out prizes and awards. We have a food house all made out of candy. It's all edible. We have one that's a Rapunzel tower that's made out of clay and little stones and moss. It's just really creative. So it just gives people a chance. We did this in COVID, just a reminder, when people were stuck at home. Like, hey, build a house and then share it. And it'll be our fundraiser this year because we had to cancel everything else. And people loved it and wanted us to bring it back. So we're going to do that one every other year. So the sponsors we want to thank, our diamond sponsor is Century 21. And then we have Ruby sponsor. We have First Citizens Bank and Clear Lake Bank and Trust. And then Sapphire, we have Henkel Construction. And they are also supporting our 30th anniversary celebration this weekend.
That must be fun for Henkel to do one.
They didn't make a house this time, but they sponsored. So we appreciate that. Yes.
Yeah. They come up with some pretty cool ideas.
Right. No, absolutely. So they're, we have different groups. We had 12 different houses. So
wow.
That's a lot. So that's a lot for the judges to figure out.
I've seen some of these. I'm sure some of them are on your website too.
They are. And we'll share the videos. The videos are really fun too. And we had a kid last time. I'll never forget it. It was just like literally wooden blocks that he made in his garage, and he made it look like a house, but he was probably 7 or 8. But his video was the coolest thing. It just shows you the mind of a little boy, right? He's like, and then there's lava and there's dinosaurs, and he was playing with the blocks, and he was just describing this house. And so he totally got like most creative house,
His house was made of titanium. Right?
It was, yes. But it's a fun event that helps people think about, not everybody.
How do people sign up for that, or how do you do that? Go to the website.
Well, now it's
registration.
We don't have teams anymore because we're judging tonight.
But you're judging.
They went to our website and they could click on there. So we are still people can help support the teams by going onto our Facebook page and then clicking on them, or our website, and then donating towards the teams or donating towards the general event. So that would help, all of us. So if they donate, so we appreciate that.
Sure.
So it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. All right.
Next time you guys should do a house.
Well, I was going to ask Jay, you had girls. So did they have did you ever build a house for them, or
no, I just bought
it or something like that?
Doll houses or anything? No,
I just bought it.
You
it's
just
a lot easier.
All right. Well, thank you, Melissa, for joining us today. I think we
Yeah.
learned quite a bit about you guys, and we'll have you on again sometime. Habitat for Humanity, they really are awesome. They do so many great things. A lot of people, the volunteers. You gotta, yeah. How do you? Maybe you should talk about that. How do people volunteer to help out?
Absolutely. We definitely need volunteers, whether it's painting or helping with landscaping, mowing, need help with that. You have some kids that need silver cord hours. They can help us with those kind of things. They just call our office, the 641-424-8978. They can also go on our website, and there's a place to click that says, send an email to volunteer.
Yeah. Which is habitatnci.org.
Yes, habitatnci.org. So, and then we're still looking for more sponsors for the houses that we're going to be building at the Madison School development. We do have Overhead Door is donating the garage doors for all 6 of our houses this summer, or, that we're starting this summer. So we're going to have single attached garages on these. And so over at Mason City, Overhead Door is donating all the doors. We really appreciate that. Atura Architecture has been working on all the plans for us for donation. We have Midwest Construction donating windows and siding, as well as the Window World and Window Source. They're all donating windows. Mason City Roofing, and then the Community Foundation. We just found out last night when I was furiously getting my emails caught up. They're going to help us towards all the excavation costs. We have to hook up all the sewer and water.
Yeah.
To each lot. Cool. So we got a grant for that. So yeah, it takes a village, it takes a community. Yep. We really appreciate all the support. But if there's anybody out there that has a construction company that wants to help for a day or help with any of the houses, we'd appreciate that too.
And of course, if anyone wants to come to the big party this Saturday, June 15th at 26th Street Southwest and South Jefferson Avenue, talk to them there.
Come get some food, listen to the band, come play some games, hang out.
Talk to Melissa about volunteering.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll have a volunteer sign up there too.
Yeah. So, do you ever get kids wanting to help?
Yeah. Well, you have to be 14 and up to help. This is where the Build-a-thon gets them involved. But for, insurance, they don't want kids on a roof or whatever.
You don't want somebody on the roof either.
Right. But yeah, we have landscaping they can help with if they're 14 and up. So we would love that. And then I mentioned we do still have some home ownership opportunities. So we have committees that finalize the family. So if anybody is out there and you're renting and you didn't know how the program works, we have a lot of people that think they have to have either a kid in a wheelchair or they have to have a house completely falling apart. If you want to own your own home, but you can't get a bank loan, come talk to us and you can apply. We also have houses in the downtown West area that we're renovating for home ownership. So there's opportunities there, partnering with the city. So lots of great opportunities right now for someone that wants to take that next step from renting to owning their own home.
You bet. Jay, do you have anything more? I think we've covered the gamut here.
Yeah, well, you say that people can come and get a house. Is there an income-based type thing?
It is. It's on our website. Yep. It's 30 to 80% of the median income range, but you just have to look at our website. It depends how many people are in the family. There's a chart. So if somebody can get a bank loan, we want them to do that.
Right.
But if somebody has some, we don't look at credit score, just their debt load. So we want to make sure we don't put somebody into worse position, by getting them into the house. But we do have credit counselors, so we could work with somebody if they're not quite ready, and then maybe in a year they'll be ready. So we do that as well.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you. I don't think I've ever asked you this, Melissa, because I run into you quite a bit actually. But what happens, like for the ones? Let's say they had your help years ago, to get to their house. Well, what if their lifestyle changed? And I'm not talking about winning the lottery either. I'm talking about maybe they moved up in their career or whatever. Do they move out of that place and get a bigger house or whatever? I mean, or do they move on and then they sell that house, or can it become another Habitat house for somebody? Or
so all of the above. So it doesn't happen often, but we've had, maybe somebody's lived in their house for 10, 15 years and then they remarry or whatever. Maybe it was a single parent and then they have 6 kids, and they've also moved up in their job and then they can afford a bigger house so that they could sell their house. It's not like they have to be locked in. We have had somebody donate their house. They got a promotion and moved to Des Moines. And they donated the house back to Habitat to help another family.
How cool is that?
Cool. I know. Pay it forward. It was awesome.
Yeah. So and why not? You helped them, so why not help the next one? Yep.
Right. But a lot of our program is about wealth building. And so once they've lived in their houses, they get their credit scores do go up because they're making monthly payments, and we report that so that it helps their credit score. And then they're earning that equity that they can't get when they're renting. So sometimes people have gotten a home equity loan and they've sent their kid to college, or they've started a business, and things like that have happened as well. So 0% is hard to beat. But over years, they gain so much equity in their house that they're able to utilize that for other things. So
Sure.
it's rare we get them back, but there are times that, and also, it's not, I said, it's not a free house. So if somebody can't make their payments, we work with them. But if it's too much and they, that's rare, but sometimes that they'll decide that renting is for them. But it's
In your 17 years, have you had the house paid for already? I mean,
we've had quite a few paid off. In fact,
okay.
at some of our events, we've had like a mortgage burning or a mortgage shredding. So to celebrate with them, they paid off their mortgages, and now they're, actually about half of them have paid them off. Because when you think about it, if you don't have any interest, I mean, how much of your home payments go towards interest, right? So it's like
all
half
going
the
to principal. Yeah.
basically half the cost of what it would be through a bank. So a lot of them are paid off after 20 years or 15 years, even from the
Maybe
beginning.
you said it. I can't remember. Do you work all that do you escrow all that stuff, or does
We do.
insurance?
We escrow
Okay.
taxes and insurance.
Okay.
And a lot of their payments are less, people are homeowners, less than what they were paying for rent.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Including
That's
taxes and
awesome.
insurance. Yes. So we make sure they're affordable so they have money to do other things. So
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
We gotta talk to Melissa more often here. This is
there's a lot to know. So I appreciate all your good questions. I think it helps people understand how it works.
Sure. Well, we appreciate you and what you do. And you're kind of the moving force on this whole place. So
we have a good team.
Congratulations
We have
on all the years you've been there, and to celebrate 30 years of Habitat. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, like my first week on the job, I was like pregnant with my first daughter, and they said, let's go sand drywall. And so I have pictures of me like this huge belly and with a mask sanding drywall. I look back and like, why did they have me do that? But it needed to get done, right? So anyway, it was fun, and I learned, and now we do hire for drywall because it's an art. I don't know if you guys have ever done finishing. We hang them, but yeah. No, it's been fun through the years. I've learned a little bit of construction, but they usually keep me in my office. So it's fun.
Very nice. Probably a good thing.
It is probably a good thing. Although I love doing it. It's fun. So
come join them, the 30th anniversary celebration, and also the launch of the Madison Heights development. It's going to be on the corner of, at the Madison Heights development is by 26th Street Southwest and South Jefferson. When you get to that area, you'll see all the people, and you'll see the food trucks and the bouncy houses and everything else going on. So it's 11 to 2 this Saturday, June 15th. If you want some more information, go to habitatnci.org. Melissa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you. And you and I will talk. We'll get a Cool-Off Media work day set up, right? A build day. So let me know.
Team builder for us all here.
That's right.
People have to donate money to watch us work.
We'll make that happen, right? Yeah.
Look out, I have a nail gun.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, no. You said that. So you can't mention that without getting plugged in.
All right. That's your Fox 411 and Kiss Country neighborhood news. It's all brought to you by CG Public Health. They're out at the Plaza West Shopping Center, or cghealth.com. Thanks again, Melissa.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great day.